Welcome back, everybody. We are here for week 6 of week 8 in an LMFL, y'all. We have a great one today, y'all. We got Max, Mississippi Cotton Knockers, also known as the Detroit Lions, and we also got Larlar's New Jersey Jokers, which is the Seahawks. We got a great one today, y'all. It's going to be fantastic, and I'm not here alone. I also got my co-commentator, Max. So, Max, how's it going, man? What you looking forward to this game, bro?
What's up, man? We got two great competitors here today in LMFL and Mac. So I'm
Pausing
excited
really
to
quick.
see
Sorry.
this is gonna.
Hold on. No, you're good.
All right, and I'm not here alone. I also got my co-commentator Max. Max, how's it going, man? What you looking forward to this game, man?
Great competitors here today in LMFL and Mac. I'm excited to see what they can do today to advance their record.
Yes, and speaking of record, I'm glad you said that. We got Larlar, who is 3-1 right now, and then we got Mac, who is 2-2. So both teams are looking for to get above 500 still. As we see Jameer Gibbs and Max. One thing I'm really looking forward to this game, man, is these offenses are high powered. But with the Seahawks, when Larlar's Seahawks here, that defense is lethal compared to Mac's defense, which is kind of a little bit up and down. But I think that's one thing we need to look forward to this game, man.
Yeah, definitely. As you look at the stats, LMFL so far has
Oh my
allowed
god.
186 points on the name, and Macintosh has allowed 150. So honestly, we're gonna see which defense fares better. It's kind of even in terms of letting points allowed.
Yeah, it's not too
LMFL.
bad. It's not too bad. But one thing within this game, I'm looking forward to is that look at this the team here on the Lions, right? You got Jameer Gibbs, Jared Goff, of course, which he drops back to throws it out in the middle to traffic,
No,
but
incomplete.
it's
Fourth and
incomplete
one
to
now.
Sam. Yes, Sam Laporta. Now, Max, within this game, man, how do you want to control the pace of this game in the first half? Do you want to go strike into the ball immediately? Or do you want to kind of take your time a little bit with both of these teams?
Honestly, it really depends on how each play style. Both are very aggressive players, so obviously Mac runs the ball a bit more while Larlar throws the ball a little bit more. So it really depends
And wide
how you want to
open.
do the styles. He gets it to Gibbs. Only
For
gets
the
the first
first
down to 42.
down. That's correct. That's correct. And Max, one thing I'm also looking forward to this game is, especially with Max Lions, it's like how can the Lions push the ball down the field with this great defense of the Seahawks because their front four is loaded, their front seven is loaded, and even their corners and Witherspoon, Woolen, and the rookie Nicky Manuori in the backfield. There's a lot of good guys over here, and we toss it to Jameer Gibbs, but he gets tackled
And
behind
just
the field, and
behind the
Max,
field.
just like that, man. Seahawks defense coming to fight. Not
Yeah,
surprised.
second and 13 now. A big losses of yards there for Jameer Gibbs. So now they're at the 44, trying to make sure they get into this end zone.
That's very correct, man. That's very correct. And one thing I'm also kind of looking forward to this game is, within the LMFL so far this season, we had a lot of teams just kind of just strike immediately off of the first quarter, sometimes within the first minute. So it looks like right now, Max is kind of taking his time, a little different approach than what he's been doing early in the season, kind of just taking a small approach, but he draws back the pass, throws a screen to Gibbs, wide open left field, gets a block, gets two blocks,
Gives all the
wide open,
blocks
but he
too
gets tackled
fast
by the
for him. He
rookie.
gets brought down.
That's true,
Ooh,
Max.
really deep
What you
that
kind of
tackle.
looking for in the red zone here, man, with the Lions?
Honestly, you gotta look at your best men. Do you hand it off to Gibbs and Montgomery, or do you pass it to St. Brown? It really all depends how you want to look at it in the situation that's given to you once you get to that end zone.
And I'm glad you said that in the running back in Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery. Do you think Gibbs is going to get bulk of the carries, or do you think Montgomery's going to kind of strike when he needs to?
I think it'll probably be a bit of a balance, but I think Gibbs will probably get the ball a little bit more as he's
Very
a
true.
bit
And he's
more
got,
quick with the
but he gets
ball.
to
And he
Davis
gets Caleb
Williams.
Williams, and it's a touchdown.
Yes, it is. And just like that, Max, first on the board, Max Lions. How about that, man? Against the Seahawks defense. What a statement.
Wow. Big
Oh my god, I
statement.
didn't even notice him.
Come on.
I didn't even notice him. Holy shit.
All right. Okay.
I love it. And the extra point is good. Max, now that's the Seahawks. That's the home team. What do you want to do here? Do you want to, with this Lions defense that's kind of been depleted this kind of last couple games, do you kind of want to just strike immediately? Or do you kind of want to take your time, kind of like the Lions here?
Honestly, Larlar's been playing a really great game so far in this LMFL season, so I feel like he knows exactly what he needs to do to advance to, I believe, 4 4-1. So he can try to get those games up, of course. And as we look into the end of the season soon, as we are only 2 more weeks away until the season ends.
Very true, very true. And I'm glad you said that because Larlar Seahawks, they are on a 3-win streak right now. So definitely want to keep that momentum going. But as you see, Sam Darnold play action pass, rolls to his right. He's got wide open space, throws it. Yep, throws it.
Short pass.
But not too bad there. As we got a second down, as we got. Now, Max, one thing with the Seahawks, man, they are also a high-powered offense as well. Do you kind of want to throw the ball down the field immediately? You kind of want to take your time with Kenneth Walker?
So you got he gets sacked by Brian. Wow. Brian Branch with the sack there. This third is 19 at the 15, bringing Larlar really back. To answer your question, Brandon, it's honestly Larlar's offense very more throw heavy. But I see with that sack, you may have to switch up your game plan a little bit, as I'm sure Mac has prepared for the throw. Because now he gets hit again. This is 4th and 19.
4th and 19. The Lions' defense came to play. I'm actually kind of impressed by what their sense of urgency is. And they're going to go for the punt. Not surprised, but very early in the game. Let's see, Dickerson is a good punter in the league. Gets it off. Good punt. Got a lot of return room from Max Lions. Oh, but he covered.
What in the?
Oh, that would have been something, Max. He got lucky.
Great situation, bro.
Oh, wait. That would have been very, very bad. That would have been very bad. And Max, one thing we got to look out for is the special teams. We don't really see a lot of special teams play in the LMFL because a lot of the times they like to go 4th down. But special teams also play its big factor. But as we are 1st and 10, gives it a play action pass. Goff throws it up in the middle, gives it to James Williams for the 1st down. Max, this Lions team, they got a lot of good wide receivers on the side. We've talked about St. Brown. We haven't seen him yet. But you also got James Williams. You got Sam Laporta, who plays a lot of slot. You even got Tesla. So I think this team got a lot of high-powered weapons on the front.
Exactly. The only big issue here is Jameer Gibbs gets the handoff in 2nd and 4. Only big issue is obviously the defense not really having those big names besides Aiden Hutchinson and Brian Branch. But when you look at the offensive side, the offensive line could also be an issue for the Lions as well.
I agree. Full-heartedly agree. Looks like we got a tight end wing set to the right side over here. Double tight end. James Williams going down to the right in motion here. Jared Goff draws back the pass. There is a blitz coming. But he throws it to the left. Wide open St. Brown to the 10.
And he gets him in for a touchdown.
For the touchdown. And Max, we were just talking about St. Brown. We haven't heard his name at all today, but he kind of makes his name statement. Now Lions are going to be up 14-0, Max. How about that?
Larlar showcasing Max showcasing a really good strong standing in the first quarter here. Larlar trying to look for his first response here, trying to get a score going.
Yes. Now thankfully it is still 5 minutes left in the first quarter, so there's plenty of time for Larlar Seahawks to get back here. But Max, now you're down 2 scores. What is your game plan here to kind of get back up on the board at least?
I would say the best thing to do right now if you're Larlar is try to just throw the ball and have those safe passes, get down the field, get into that end zone, and try to use that really good defense to get a stop, and then go back up to try to tie this score again. But with how Mac's been playing so far, it's going to be a bit of a different task. So he hands it off to Kenneth Walker and gets brought down 2nd and inches, so close to the 1st down. Surprise, not 1st down, but 2nd and inches here. 4.
Yes. We'll see how it goes. One thing I'm expecting, Max, I'm actually expecting a little bit more of the run game because, the Seahawks are kind of a heavy passing team with JSN, with Cooper Kupp, with Barner at tight end, with Rashid Shaheed, who they got over from the Saints, have been big. I'm expecting a lot of things from them there. And speaking of which, they do give it to Cooper Kupp, who breaks the tackle in the wide open field. Branch tackle him, and he spins out of bounds. He spins out of bounds.
Big tackle. And that's exactly what I was talking about, that Larlar needs to get into that, closer to that end zone.
You're exactly right, man. And now it's 1st and 10, ball on the 23-yard line. Let's see what they do here. They give it to Kenneth Walker. Gets behind the block. Doesn't get too much there. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. Now, Max, in this position here now you're back. Now you're basically almost in the red zone, right? You're almost in the red zone. What do you kind of want to do here to get over this Lions defense here?
Honestly, you got to look at your best man. And honestly, I think right now as he gets hit there, now it's 3rd and 8. You got to look at your best players, you know. Is it going to be Kenneth Walker on the, on the side there for a little check down to get closer to that 1st down? Is it going to be JSN wide open? Is it going to be Cooper Kupp? You really got to look at all the avenues here that Larlar can take and how you got to see how Mac will respond with that as well.
Right, and speaking of best players, like you said, Aiden Hutchinson almost got the pick there. One of the best defensive ends in the league, so I'm expecting a lot of play from him today. But now it's 3rd and 8, ball to 21. If you're Larlar Seahawks, you definitely don't want to get a turnover, right? You just want to get points on the board. You just want to get points on the board at this point. But looks like we got a flag here. Is that a delay of game?
Delay of game. Gonna take him back 5 yards.
And we're talking about don't want to get turnovers. You don't even want to get penalties too, Max. And just like that, that's what happened.
Exactly. So now Larlar's going to have to bit of a bigger deficit to try to get this 1st down. We'll see how he responds and how Mac defense is able to stop this here. So he hikes the ball, looks for somebody, gets Barner.
He's wide open.
He's all the way
touchdown. Wow, Max, just like that, huh? I mean, now Larlar Seahawks are now back on the board, which is what they needed. They got the points on the board, Max. How about that?
Big strike from Larlar. This is exactly what he was definitely looking for. As now he's back. He's officially on the board here. So now he's only down a 1-score game.
Yes, it is, and the extra point is good. Just like that, Max Cotton Doggers with the Detroit Lions. He got 14. And then Larlar's New Jersey Jokers with 7 for the Seahawks. And now we are still in the 1st quarter here. So Lions take it back here with a good return to the 31-yard line.
To the 31.
Now, Max, you're still leading. When you're Max team, you're still leading, right? You at this point, you kind of want to just control the pace a little bit. It's the 1st quarter. You don't want to do too crazy. You don't definitely want to get a turnover for them to get back in this game and tie it.
Exactly. So honestly, Mac's best thing to do here is honestly control the time, control the pace, because honestly that defense there is just not going to allow you to really. They're going to make sure that you go at their pace and not yours. So you really got to be careful and choose your best game plan for this.
I agree, man. And you see that stat line. It was Jahmyr Gibbs so far, 5 rushes for 11 yards. So Jahmyr Gibbs is only getting 2 yards per carry. So the Seahawks defense is at least stopping the run. So we're going to kind of see if they want to do something a little bit different here. But it is 2nd and 11. Jared Goff drops back to pass. Zone covered by the Seahawks, but does give the Gibbs down the middle. Gets hit hard.
3rd and 2.
Gets hit pretty hard. 3rd and 2 here, Max.
3rd and 2. Obviously, you want to look at your running backs for this situation, but you never know how they'll try to switch it up here.
Yes. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Ball on the 39-yard line. Shotgun formation. Gets to the toss. 2 Gibbs. Gets the lead block. 1st down and more.
And he sets that in and he's gone.
20. Can he get all the way? He can't.
Touchdown.
Touchdown Lions there, Max. Just like that. And the speedster of Jahmyr Gibbs. What a good play call. Great blocks. And Jahmyr Gibbs kind of just did the rest along the way.
He saw the defense, decided let's do a toss on the edge, and he was gone. Right call from McIntosh, and now he's up 21-7.
Yes, and the field goal is good. Now, Max, here's another thing. With Larlar Seahawks, you're down 2 scores, but it's still the 1st quarter. Are you worried? Do you want to kind of just still be patient, or do you think it's still kind of like, boom, we go time before the 2nd half?
I think it's time to worry, but after that first drive, and he's still up in a big juke. And Horton all the way out of bounds. Man. As I was saying, I would be worried if I was Larlar, but Larlar's also been playing really damn well, as you just saw, from the kickoff. So Larlar really just has to lock in on defense if he wants to tie this game back up.
And that return couldn't have been more needed, man. Ball on the midfield. Sam Darnold underneath the center, but he does drop at the pass roll. So it's right to Hutchinson, but he gets it off to Walker, and it's still a tackle for a loss by Reed Jr. Max, this Lions defense, Max Lions defense is coming to play.
Clearly, McIntosh saw this on schedule, had a circle, and he's ready to make sure that Larlar does not get any further.
I like it. Screen pass to Kenneth Walker. Does he get the first down? He does. And out of bounds to stop the clock here. Now, Max, you said you're kind of worried. It's kind of go time. What do you think that Larlar's Seahawks should kind of do to get past his Lions defense to at least score before the half ends if he gets there?
Honestly, what you really gotta do is he's still up. Wow, wow. First and 10. Honestly, I would attack obviously the weaker side of the defense for the Lions, which honestly I think that's probably the best game plan to go for Larlar. Obviously, that front seven's clearly stopping the run decently enough. Just gotta really open that pass game next, and honestly, I think that'll help Larlar advance at least further and get more points on the board here.
Very true.
Play action.
Sam Darnold also is right. He get the ball off, and he does.
Wow. Incomplete. It's out of bounds.
Incomplete. Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow. Wow. Will we see a challenge here? I don't think we will see a challenge.
I feel like that's a catch.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Holy shit.
Looks like there's no challenge. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. Throws to his left, and the Cooper Kupp breaks a tackle. Jumped over the guys. But he gets clobbered by Campbell out of bounds. 8 seconds left here, Max.
Fuck this quarter. Just go to the first. Just go to the second. Just go to the second. Just go to the second, dude.
And Max, that's the end of the first quarter. Max Lions 21, Larlar Seahawks 7 here, Max. Looks like we got an explosive offense here.
Again, he wants to try to put this game back into decent position. He's gonna have to get some points.
Yes, indeed, true. Now, with the second half, Max, do you kind of want to change up what you're kind of been doing? Because we see Max Lions having kind of get on go mode, and Larlar Seahawks has been kind of a little bit conservative, but not too much. But Kenneth Walker does get the ball. 1st and 10 here, Max.
Obviously, all this game plan has been working, but obviously sometimes when you're down like this, you got to kind of get creative in your game plan. Try to switch some things. Make Mac really try to question what your plan is here so that he can get some more points on the board.
Very true. And one person in particular, Sam Darnold. Oh, man. But Max, one person in particular that we haven't talked about is JSN. We haven't seen JSN at all in the first quarter. So do you kind of expect him to get at least some touches in this half?
I think if I'm Larlar, you definitely want to pass it to your best player in Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Sam Darnold drops back to pass. And speaking of JSN, he does get the ball. 3rd and goal here, Max.
Very risky throw. Could have been intercepted, but luckily.
Should have been.
That's JSN, baby. One thing that's really good about him coming out of Ohio State is his catch radius. He can catch the ball and sometimes double coverage, which you saw right there. But it is 3rd and goal. Sam Darnold drops back to pass.
And just right there to touchdown.
By Cooper Kupp. And Max, just like that, Seahawks only down 1 score.
Just like that. Larlar's back in it. But you have to use that dark side of defense to try and make sure to really stop it.
Right. Field goal is good. 21-14. And Max, you said it best there too. With the Seahawks defense, right, you don't see a lot of the ball going past them. But it is 21-14. I kind of do expect Larlar Seahawks defense to at least put a little bit more checkdowns, a little bit more pressures, maybe some blitzes to kind of stop this Lions offense, because this Lions offense is high powered.
That's true. Obviously, you want to focus, I dare say, on Jahmyr Gibbs, because he's been the main person getting those points for you. So you really got to focus and try to stop Jahmyr Gibbs if you want to really try to get this ball back in your hand.
Absolutely right. 1st and 10 in the I formation. Gets it to Jahmyr Gibbs. Wide open up the middle. And Jahmyr Gibbs almost there midfield there, Max. Look at that stat line. 7 rushes, 88 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's crazy? They stopped the run. They basically were stopping Jahmyr Gibbs earlier until that big touchdown run. And now it looks like Jahmyr Gibbs is getting a little bit more momentum.
Exactly. After those 2 great touchdowns, honestly. You can see his momentum building. Clearly not, oh, never mind. Glowing now with the X Factor. I think
First
that's
and
something for
10.
your Larlar you want to watch out for.
Ooh, what a fake play
Oh.
action, but he doesn't get it
Fakes
off.
Oh.
It's not
Great
enough.
play action read though, because they had the whole defense fooled there. But Max, one thing we haven't seen is Montgomery. We have not seen that 1-2 punch as much as we've been seeing. Looks like Jameer Gibbs is kind of getting bulk of the carries.
And he's carrying the load here. And honestly, I don't blame him. He's been doing the work. He's been doing the job. Don't see a reason they need to pull him out, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of agree there too. Jared Goff drops back to pass. Zone coverage by the Seahawks gives it to Gibbs up the middle. And who else? First down. And another thing too here, Max. Looks like with Max offense, he's not pushing it. He's not pushing it down the field. He's doing a little small catches up in the middle. Seahawks have been playing a lot of zone, and you know with the Seahawks corners, they are really good with Witherspoon and Woolen. So looks like Mac is really doing a really good, decent job, kind of just keeping the pace up a little bit.
Exactly. Max overall LMFL run has always been kind of the small dink and dunk type plays. Able to get it with such great running backs, which I don't know how he's able to do it every single season. But with such great running backs, his running game really got to make sure to stop that, honestly.
Absolutely right. And one thing with the Seahawks, man, looks like this quarter, at least this drive, there has been a lot more blitzes. And you've been seeing with the blitzes, Jared Goff, he does get the ball off, but he doesn't complete the pass. But another toss play, we saw this earlier, but the Seahawks were not fooled that time around with Ernest Jones the fourth for the tackle there, Max.
Great stop, 3rd and 3, and this is what we were talking about, getting those stops here. And I think one more stop here, maybe we might be able to see Larlar get another score. But you gotta stop this Lions offense.
That's very true. Jared Goff drops back to pass. Another zone play to
Gibbs. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, Max. Larlar Seahawks is playing a lot of zone, which is good for not getting the ball down the field. But how can you stop that middle field press coverage there?
Yeah, exactly. Really gotta. Sometimes you just gotta switch it up. You gotta try things and work maybe for a bit, but sometimes you gotta switch up the game plan just to make sure you get that ball back.
Jared Goff calling audibles here, but he does drop back to pass. Jameer Gibbs, great block. Gives it the right, their second tight end. But not enough. And you saw there, Max, they didn't give it to him, but Montgomery was in the backfield. I think we might see him make an appearance in a little bit.
Yeah. He also that great back. Clearly they've been using Gibbs mainly here. Obviously, you want to see the other backs, let Gibbs get a break. But why do that when he's able to get the edge right there and get a first down?
Yes. Another great change of pace this drive. Mac is drowning out this clock very, very well. We're about to be halfway through the second quarter. If you're Larlar Seahawks here, Max, what do you do to kind of at least just make him have at least 3 points on the board?
Honestly, it's a very tough question. Max a very big question mark, and honestly, his offense is a bit hard to stop. You never really know exactly what he's going to do at that field. So honestly, it's a big ask to really see what you need to do to stop Mac. The same for Larlar too. He's been playing a really great game. Obviously, he's upped his game since he started the LMFL. And honestly, these two clearly know each other very well. They've faced each other quite often in the LMFL. As Larlar has won 3 of his last 4 matchups.
3, yep.
Thank you. That's that, Mr. Man on the side. But obviously, Mac is trying to make sure he gets his win today.
No. And Jared Goff is sacked!
He gets sacked!
He gets sacked behind the line of scrimmage, Max. That is something that Larlar's Seahawks needed.
It's a big stop. Now it's 3rd and 20.
3rd and
Another
20.
Stop here.
5 wide receivers set. And look, they got 4 DBs in the backfield. Jared Goff throws it to wide open for the touchdown. Just
Laporta.
Oh man, Max, when we were just talking about how the Seahawks defense was gaining momentum, Lions struck when it was needed.
Man. So now Larlar has to try to respond back.
But there's still plenty of time left in this game, though.
Very much. A lot of time, definitely, in this game. And Larlar, I'm sure he's tired of having to strike back every single time and really just wants to tie this game up to have the game back more in his corner. But obviously, it's not really working that way. So you gotta try to find some more creative ways to really try and, stop Mac's offense attack. If you're on offense attack, get that going, scoring quick here before it's the second half.
And we've seen a lot in the LMFL this season, Max, that we've seen a lot of comebacks. Or we've seen at least a lot of games where, the opposing person, whoever's like being trailed, come back at least by the fourth quarter. So we're not surprised with that. Looks like almost a misdirection handoff there with Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, but Kenneth Walker doesn't get it to 2nd and 6 there. Now, Max, here's the thing is with now Larlar Seahawks. 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes left in this quarter. You definitely do got to score at this point. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. I think this is the time to score.
Exactly right here, man. 2nd and 6. Kenneth Walker going in motion out wide, making it a 5 wide receiver set now. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. He's getting blitzed. Wide open JSN. And he gets it all the way up to the 41-yard line in their territory. That's what JSN does there, Max. Whenever you least expect it. JSN has one of the best route running in the league. He can separate anybody off the line of scrimmage easily, and you saw it right there.
Exactly. So now it's 1st and 10 here. With 2 minutes, soon to be a 2-minute warning in the second quarter. So now it's play action. Looking, trying to find the best player. And damn!
My God!
Throws a hospital ball. Trying to get him killed.
Get down. Schaubert could not get there. Blaine Schaubert could not hold it down there. Their 3rd tight end behind Arroyo there. But it is 2nd and 10. And we haven't heard Shahid's name a lot either, too, Max. But they do give it to Barno, who breaks a tackle. But we haven't seen Shahid a lot either. We've seen Shahid. One of Shahid's greatest things, Max, is he is a great deep threat. Do you think at any point that Larlar kind of has to try to throw the ball down the field with the Seahawks?
I think his best situation for Shahid is like these 3rd downs, trying to get that ball if you're at the 3rd and 10, obviously. I think Shahid's probably your best bet, along with your other wide receivers. But Shahid, with that speed, is able to break away from the receivers, the defensive backs a bit quicker, so he's able to get that ball out just a bit quicker to Shahid, able to get that 3rd down, but obviously that situation has to come when the time comes.
That's exactly right now. Now we have reached a 2-minute warning. Sam Darnold, play action pass, Kenneth Walker, throws to his right, wide open Arroyo. We were just talking about the 2nd tight end, and he gets it to the 1st down. Red zone here, Max.
Now Larlar's closing in, potential another score.
And the no huddle, first no huddle we've seen all game. Let's see how this plays out. 1st and 10, Sam Darnold. Yep, pulling a Neptune right here with his Buccaneers. But let's see what he got. Let's see what Sam Darnold got here. Got 8 seconds left on the play clock, but they do get it off. Drops back to pass. He's getting blitzed. He gets it to Arroyo again. 2nd and 2 here. Now, Max, both teams has 3 timeouts. How do you want to utilize your time management?
Obviously, I'm sure Max trying to stop this so he doesn't make it a 1-score game. But right now, you just got to manage your time, get those quick passes.
And speaking of Shahid, he runs into his blocker. I feel like Shahid would have went at least to his left. He kind of would have scored. But it's 1st and goal on the 4-yard line.
Not a touchdown, but a 1st down. And that's something you definitely want. As 30 seconds are left in the second quarter. It's 1st and goal.
But you don't want to spend too much time because you don't want to accidentally drain the clock out. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. Blitz to his middle. He runs to his right. Can he get it off? No, he cannot. 2nd and goal, but the clock does stop here, Max. That's actually kind of helpful.
Very, very hard play. Obviously, he was trying to get the ball out to the man in the end zone. Just did not work out this time, but luckily with the clock stopped, he's able to have more time on the clock here.
And it's called a Cooper Cup!
Oh my God.
But there is a timeout called by Larlar Seahawks. That was very close, Max. 3rd and goal on the 1-yard line.
Very close.
3rd and goal, 1-yard line. Sam Darnold underneath the center. Let's see what they do here. Drops back to pass. Throws it, was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Now, Max, what are
Man.
you doing here? Do you go for the points, or do you try to just go for the touchdown?
Obviously, I think what you gotta do here is go for a touchdown. Because if I'm not mistaken, at least I think Larlar gets the ball back after halftime. I think.
Yes,
So I think
that's correct.
Yeah. So if you want this score right here, you gotta score, and then you can tie the game back up. Hopefully, with another great drive starting in the third quarter. But you got to score here right now.
And they will go for it. This is basically the play of the quarter. Let's see if Larlar Seahawks can get it. Sam Darnold underneath the center. He does drop at the pass, throws it,
And it's
overhead over Barner.
Wow.
Turnover on downs, Max. I can't believe
I gotta
that.
get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
Max, I can't believe it. Looks like Barner couldn't. Looks like Barner couldn't.
Get out of here, bro.
Now, Max, here's the thing. They could still get a safety if.
I gotta go.
No, Jameer Gibbs.
Way.
He almost broke loose. Oh man, Max. I feel like they could have scored if Barner would have at least turned that second earlier. Oh boy. Now, well, let's just see. Jared Goff, 2 seconds left. Will they just need it? No, they won't. Drops back to pass. Goes out the middle to Sam Laporta. Very risky. but that will be the end of the first half. We got Max Lions, the Cockerknockers. We got 28, and we got Larlar's Jokers with 14. Max, how about that, man? Talk about a quarter. Talk about 2 quarters. Last 2 quarters, man.
I agree. I'm gonna take over a little bit. I'll be right back with a bit.
Sounds good. All right, we are starting with the second half here with Larlar Seahawks bringing it out from the end zone here. Gets it up to the 26-yard line, not too bad. Now, anybody that's currently watching this game, what I kind of expect in the second quarter, I'm kind of expecting at least probably a little sense of urgency, a little bit more towards the beginning of the quarter, probably from both teams. Because it looks like both offenses can definitely push down the field. It's just the red zone that's kind of been a little bit of issue. But Sam Darnold drops back the pass here. Throws it up the middle to Barner for a first down. Tackled by Brian Branch. No huddle here. And do we got a timeout? Do we got a timeout already?
That was an accident.
An accidental timeout. We've seen this happen before a couple weeks ago. And, oh, boy, we hope this timeout does not come back for Max Lions. Oh, man, what an accidental timeout. But anyway, play action pass, Sam Darnold got good protection, gets it to Shaheed, breaks 2 tackles.
Just go down. Are you...
Second and 14.
What is my team doing today, bro?
And you hear the commissioner not happy with the Seahawks offense right now. But it is third quarter. At the beginning of the third quarter, we still got plenty of time. But obviously, he's not happy with this current game plan of what his players is doing. But it is second and 14. Ball on the 34-yard line. Sam Darnold draws back the pass. Throws it out the middle. Almost intercepted by Brian Branch. One of the best corners on the Lions. Very, very close. It hit his fingertips, but he couldn't hold it in. Oh, man. Very close. Third and 14 here. Ball still on the 34-yard line. Double wing set. Sam Darnold, play action pass to Walker. Rolls to his right. Great protection. But he does have someone coming from behind him. And he doesn't get it off. 4th and 14. We are probably expecting a punt here because it's in their own territory. 34-yard line if it's turnover on downs. And that's correct. We have Dickerson kicking here. Really, really good punt. Fair catch called by Raymond, and he did the correct thing. Ball goes in the end zone onto the 20-yard line here, folks. What a kind of a change of events there. Lions defense is coming to play today, y'all. But let's see what happens on this drive with the Lions here. 1st and 10, ball to the 20-yard line, Gibbs in the backfield, Montgomery in the fullback position. Jared Goff does give it to Gibbs to the right. And the speedster get across, but he could not. Ernest Jones, who's been having a great game, tackles Jahmyr Gibbs out of bounds. And one thing we haven't talked about here folks, is that the Lions' offensive line is really, really good. Got Panay, for example, you got Panay Sewell, all pro, that since he's been into this league has been carrying the offensive line over there. We have speedsters in Jahmyr Gibbs, and sometimes Montgomery too. You can get up to the side of the middle easily here. But it's 2nd and 6. Jared Goff tries to pass, screenplay, but it's almost picked off. But it is not picked off. Seahawks defense, Larlar Seahawks was not fooled this time around with the screen passes. Talk about adjustments. That's one thing that we're looking forward to in this half over here. All right, 3rd and 6. Ball on the 24-yard line. Jared Goff drops back to pass. Zone coverage again by the Seahawks. Throw the middle to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Christ.
And Witherspoon does tackle him before he gets out in the open field. 1st down, Max, Detroit Lions here. Seahawks has been getting to Jared Goff, but Jared Goff just finds a way to get the ball out of his hands. New formation here. 1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. Montgomery in the fullback position on the right. Doesn't give it off to Jahmyr Gibbs, but he is tackled by Leonard Williams there. One of the underrated defensive tackles in the league. It looks like at times Seahawks defense can easily stop Jahmyr Gibbs, but there are also times when Jahmyr Gibbs can just, once he just cuts the corner, just goes up the field right after that. 2nd and 11, ball on the 31-yard line. And what I've been noticing is that the Seahawks have been playing a lot of zone. We've been seeing that throughout this time here. And we've also been seeing a lot of screen passes from Max Lions as well. So let's see what happens here. Goes up the middle in the traffic. It looks like he could have gotten 3 receivers there. But Laporta does get it down. 1st and 10 again, almost to midfield. Shotgun formation. Double wide receiver on the left with St. Brown on the right. Toss play again to Gibbs. We saw the touchdown on this. He does cut the corner. He cuts 2 guys, but Leonard Williams does tackle him before he gets free. 2nd and 1. And one thing we haven't seen a lot of is St. Brown. We saw that 1 touchdown from him. We haven't really seen much from him. So, but they are in the goal line, honestly, formation here for 2nd and 1. Gives it to the fullback, which is Gibbs, but he does get the 1st down, surprisingly. Does get the 1st down, even though he was tackled behind right after he crossed it. Now, Max, man, welcome back. What we've seen is, kind of like a change of pace with the Lions here. Looks like they're going a little bit slower. Seahawks has been kind of stopping the run. And just like that, Witherspoon has got it there. Now, Max, one question I want to ask you, man, it's now the 3rd quarter. It's now the 2nd half. What adjustments do you want to make if you are Larlar Seahawks here?
Keep it simple. Score. I think, honestly, he keeps it kind of more in range of being able to win this game. I think he'll definitely be able to help him. We just really got to lock in on defense and stop Matt advancing down the field every single drill.
Exactly right, man. And just like that, Seahawks does get the stop there. 3rd and 3. Ball to 38-yard line here. Let's see what they go with. Double wing set again with the tight ends. Jahmyr gets in the backfield. Jared Goff under center. Play action pass. Throws it up to right.
To the right.
Gives
it to right on the left. It's 1st and 10.
Just like that. Now, Max, if the Max Lions score here, what do you do if you're Larlar Seahawks at that point?
Honestly, man, really just at this point, you just gotta really try your best to just stop him at this point. Really,
right.
Your defense is what really needs to happen. Your offense is doing decent, but you really just need that defense to show up and show out and able to stop McIntosh, to stop scoring so often.
That's very true, and I kind of agree here too, man. We were talking about the run game, There's been times where the run game has been just like, Jameer Gibbs just cuts the corner and then boom at the end zone. And then there's also some where the Seahawks just easily can just stop them behind the line of scrimmage. I think it's just consistency. I think it's just consistency on both sides of the ball of, trying to stop either team. And this goes for both the Seahawks and the Lions. But we'll kind of see as it is 2nd and 5. Ball is into the red zone territory. Jared Goff throws it to Jameer Gibbs. And the speedster once again gets it to 1st and goal here, Max.
Great pickup by Jameer Gibbs. Now it's 1st and goal for McIntosh, trying to make the score even more out of range for Larlar.
Oh, man. And this will be a statement, even though it's 3rd quarter, but this will be a big statement if Max Lions can pull it off here. Let's get Jameer Gibbs wide open for the touchdown. Just like that, Max. Max Lions will now be up 3 scores if he gets the field goal here.
But a touchdown. Now we have to see how Larlar really responds during this time of adversity as he's down by 3 scores.
But the thing is, Larlar Seahawks has been in this position before. They have been in this position before. They know what to expect to come back. I will not be shocked if they kind of just go ball down the field. Because one thing we haven't seen, Max, we haven't seen any deep threats down the field by either team. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing that during this drive.
Very conservative play. I'm sure they're obviously trying not to turn the ball over too much, as they know both how strong their response rate is for both opponents when it comes to turnovers. So they're trying to clearly make these safe plays and safe throws. But at this point, if you're Larlar, you got to start chucking it deep, trying to get into the end zone a lot more often.
Right. 1st and 10, ball on the 21-yard line. Sam Darnold under center, drops back to pass, throws it up the middle to JSN, but does get tackled on the 28-yard line. 2nd and 3. No huddle here, Max. How are you liking this?
I'm liking it a lot. This shows aggression from Larlar is exactly what he needs right now.
Absolutely right. Sam Darnold throws to his right to Barner, and he does get it.
Oh, so that's him. That was 1st and 10 at the 30.
Yeah, because it was a little questionable call earlier, but he does get that one in there. And it doesn't stop the clock, actually, because he did catch it in bounds. So 1st and 10, ball on the 31-yard line. Play action pass. Sam Darnold throws it up.
Oh,
it's very risky.
2nd and 10.
In the traffic. 2nd and 10. Max, you know what the Max Lions, whenever you kind of feel that urgency, they're going to probably play a little bit more zone. Max Lions is really known for blitz, for man-to-man, but he does get it
he
too.
He gets a great catch to Shaheed. 1st down.
Yes.
Still no huddling.
I do like this aggression. I do like the aggression, like you said here, Max. 1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line.
Exactly what you need with such a high-powered offense that Mac has right now. Just how great he's been playing so far.
Right. Kenneth Walker tackled out of bounds on the 49. 2nd and 4, or 2nd and 2nd. Now we got Charbonnet in the backfield. We have not seen Charbonnet at all. And Charbonnet is also a pretty underrated running back, but good block here. And you see that right there? Throws in double coverage. And it is incomplete. I like the aggression here, Max. Larlar Seahawks is trying to push ball down the field, but Max Lions feels like they're trying to stop him. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. Throws it up in the back. Almost intercepted.
Come on, Curb. Come on.
Barner saying, where's the flag? But there is no flag, so it is 4th and 2. Now, Max, will we see him go for it here? Or will we see another punt?
Honestly, I
it.
honestly would see it from Mac. Just 4th and 2.
Sam Darnold drops back to pass. There is a blitz. And he gets the ball, but there is a flag. And the flag is the Larlar Seahawks definitely needed that, Max. What a change of events.
What?
I didn't even touch him.
A penalty and a great time for a penalty if your New Jersey Jokers is now just trying to look
and still can't get the ball off. Man, Max, Larlar's, Seahawks, Sam Darnold can't get the ball off, man. Lions defense has been swarming him.
The offensive line doing no wonders for New Jersey Jokers at the moment. He gets it, AJ Barner, and for a first one.
Exactly right. And then you have Max Cottonoggers, right? As you see another huddle here, his defense hasn't played great. And then with Lawler's Jokers here, it's being a little bit more conservative around here. With that penalty has helped, but Cooper Kupp, he doesn't get there. He only gains 1 yard.
Tried to get around the defenders, but not able to do it. It's now 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9, ball to 31-yard line. Shotgun formation, Sam Darnold drops back to pass. Great protection this time. He does go deep.
Lobs
but it is blocked down by Reed Jr. Great defensive play by Max Lyons there.
Definitely a play that if Kenneth Walker had a lot more space, definitely would have been a touchdown. So it's a great defensive play.
Oh, absolutely. And that was man-to-man. That was man-to-man, too. Kind of like what we were talking about. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. There's a blitz, and he doesn't get the ball off. And just like that, he is sacked by Brian Branch, who is one of the best blitzing quarters in the league. Now is 4th and 20 here, Max. What do you do if you're a Larlar Seahawks?
Right now, honestly, you have to go for it. It's about to be the 4th quarter. You kind of want some points on the board.
And we have a field goal, 59 yards.
I'll just shut my mouth. He kicks
the
ball,
and it's good. It is good. 59 yards, and Max, either way, that's points on the board. You sometimes just got to take it.
Now it's 35-17. Still a big deficit, but cuts it down by 3.
Max Lyons brings it back. About to be the end of the 3rd quarter here. You got Max Cottonoggers, 35. And we got Larlar's New Jersey Jokers at 17. Jared Goff just going to give it up. Again, and he gets clobbered at the front of the line.
Yeah, Jesus.
Ernest Jones has been having a great game. But as you see there, 35-17. All right, here, Max. This is definitely go time. You see, Max, we've been talking about, saying, what does Larlar need to come back? What does Larlar need to do to get back in this game? We haven't talked about what does Mac need to do to kind of sustain on this league. So, Max, what's kind of like your opinion on how Max need to kind of contain this ball in this quarter to keep that lead?
All he has to do is honestly just keep playing how he's been playing. Honestly, that's really all you gotta do. Keep the ball out of Larlar's hands and maintain it. And it's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, you were talking about maintaining, right? You're talking about kind of like how to contain the ball, make sure there's no turnovers. That's kind of like the way to go. All right, 3rd and 12, ball on the 21-yard line. Pass back to Gibbs. Jared Goff, great protection. Gives it to her right, but doesn't get enough. Max, we might see our first punt here, but with Max Cottonoggers, they always like to go for it no matter where they are on the field on 4th down.
I wonder where you got that from. It's now 4th and 6. Let's see.
Let's see what Max's team does here. And he goes for the punt, a rare punt by Max Lyons here. He does get it off. Great punt. Shaheed, one of the best special teamers out there, gets it out. But looks like the Lions does get him. Not enough. 1st and 10, ball on the 32-yard line. Now, Max, what's your expectation for this drive? Because at this point, your goal is to score if you're Larlar's Seahawks. So, when Sam Jones does like the pass, goes in the middle, what's kind of like your expectation?
No way.
Oh, no! It looks like the commentators jinxed there, Max, and the Lions turn it over on down.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate fumble. Larlar definitely does not want to see right now. That's the first turnover in the entire game. So
yes.
The 4th quarter.
Took the 4th quarter for it to happen. Jared Goff drops back to pass. Gives it to Laporta. Misses the guy. Changes the ball in his hand.
And loves not nice.
Oh, man, Max, when you're talking about the worst time turnover you can, that happened right there, man.
It was absolutely awful and definitely don't want to see that for Larlar. especially when trying to make a comeback like this with such great field position.
Absolutely.
So
Jameer
now-
Gibbs running backwards. A loss of 6. Loss of 6 there by Knight. Tackled him on down.
It's not able to get past the edge, obviously, but the 2nd and 16. Seen Mac in these positions before. See how he responds.
5 wide receiver set. Jared Goff in the backfield. Drops back to pass. Throws it up the middle. To Tesla. First catch of the day we've heard of him. 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 and 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter here. That continues to count down.
Jared Goff under center. Jameer Gibbs in the backfield. St. Brown out wide. Play action pass. Fake. Wait, a great fake. Get it to right. But it is a 1st and goal. Max, look at that stat line. Jared Goff, 309 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
He's playing a really good game. McIntosh has been playing really good. It's a really good game, honestly, from that guy. He knows what he has to do against the Seahawks defense. Clearly did his homework.
Yes, he did. And the Lions have another chance to go on that lead. It is a great read by the Seahawks defense. Looked like there was a missed block there, Max, on the offensive line. Lawrence got him.
Yeah, the offense clearly was not helping Gibbs there.
That's a very rare miss. Very rare miss from the Lions there. 2nd and goal, but now you're on the 14-yard line. Throws out the middle in heavy traffic. Laporta doesn't get it. 3rd and goal on the 5-yard line there, Max.
Now it's 3rd and goal. Matt could go up another score here with 6 minutes left, and I think that this game looks way more out of reach now.
Yeah, it is. You can probably get another couple touchdowns maybe, but you got to pray for a lot of big things for it to happen. Either way, it's 3rd and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line. Gives it to the Gibbs as a draw, but Ernest Jones once again does tackle him. 4th and goal. Max, do you go for points, or do you try to try to go for it with doing Mac?
Well, to be an instigator, if I'm Mac, this is not nice if you plan to do what you plan to do. But your Larlar, obviously you want a kick, but since he's Mac, he's going to go for it in his 4th and goal here.
Yes, it is. On the 3-yard line, shotgun formation. With Montgomery in the back. Great protection, and it's a touchdown by Tesla. And Max, to be fully honest, this game might be a little out of reach for the New Jersey Jokers here.
Yeah, it's not a good deficit, down by 24. Defense has just not been helping you out too well in this game. Offense could have been a little bit better going into this, but obviously you don't want to look at it too bad. Larlar only 3-1 here, trying to go to. Obviously, you'll be 3-2, just like Lamar. But crazier things have also happened, so can't really call it until the clock says 0-0. Damn,
what a hit! And with it being week 6, Max, at this point it's kind of go time for everybody, right? It's like show your best of what you got before the playoffs. Sam Darnold draws back the pass, rolls to his right. Hutchinson is chasing after him, and he does get to him. Sam Darnold does not get the ball out in time. But Max, as I was saying, it is kind of go time for all teams, right? It's like at this point, you kind of already know who your opponent kind of plays against. If you're watching film, if you played against them, at that point, you kind of need to know what you're going for in terms of playoff time. But Sam Darnold drops back the pass. Hutchinson chasing after him again. Throws it to Barner. He catches it. But yeah, Max, how you kind of feeling? This game is kind of out of reach at this point, but moving forward, how do you kind of feel with the Seahawks, Marlon Seahawks here?
I'm not worried for Larlar. Obviously, she have bad games sometimes.
Oh yeah, and what a catch by Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
But that's the thing here, Max. We've seen a lot of great plays off of the Seahawks today. It's just, when you're facing two high-powered offenses, sometimes the best man, sometimes, someone's got to win. Someone's got to give. And Cooper Kupp somehow doesn't catch that. And you know what I'm really impressed with?
It was not meant to be today, man.
And you know what I'm really impressed with today, Max, is Max Lions defense. They came to play against this high-powered Seahawks defense offense at home, and Sam Darnold once again cannot get the ball off. That's who I want to give major props to, Max. It's this Lions defense. They came to play today when they normally give up a lot of points.
Yeah, Mac's defense clearly not perfect in the season so far, but luckily they showed up and showed out today, and definitely a game he definitely needed to win. Is now
And somehow Barnes catches it,
catch.
but he does slide.
Come on.
But yeah, you're right there, Max. You're right about it. Sam Darnold, 5 wide receiver set. You can see the urgency, the hurry. Sam Darnold throws it to his right to JSN. Gets it for the first down. No huddle here. At this point, I agree. Yeah, I agree. At this point, you kind of got to go no huddle. Sam Darnold, almost offsides there, but
2nd and 8.
Yes. Yeah, at this point, you kind of want to just see what you got in your offense, right? If you're the Seahawks, kind of want to see what you got in your offense, kind of prepare for next week in terms of like how you want to game plan with your things. But Sam Darnold tries about the pass, great protection, gets a Rashid Shaheed wide open, and he is tackled on the 8-yard line. Tackled on the 8-yard line there. And the one thing too, Max, is that when you're facing any team, the urgency of if you want to go fast, if you want to go slow varies, right? And we see a touchdown by Cooper Kupp.
It's a touchdown.
And you can see there, I was kind of just saying, each team has a different level of urgency in when they want to fire. Sometimes they want to fire fast, sometimes they want to fire slow. So I'm very curious to see, with Larlar Seahawks next week of how, whoever, with what he faced, there's urgency there, and same with the Lions. But Max, we still got 3 minutes left in this quarter. Anything can happen.
Very true. We've seen crazier things happen. You can honestly still come back. A few onside kicks.
And he caught that for a quick conversion.
Couldn't happen there earlier.
Now, Max. Now Seahawks 25. Not saying that they're out of this one, but they're lurking. They're still lurking.
Get all the way back.
Now, if you're Max Lions, at this point, time management, right? You want to drown out the clock. You want to kind of get out of here healthy. You definitely do not want a turnover, especially if it goes for back for 6. Definitely don't want that.
Exactly. When you kind of have the game already in the bag, definitely don't want it to get out of hand. To do the smart plays and get stopped immediately. Still 2nd and 10.
And that was Montgomery's first carry of the game, Max.
And probably his last.
That's how you know Jahmyr Gibbs. That's how you know the importance of Jahmyr Gibbs, man.
Jahmyr Gibbs, clearly a playmaker on this line team for McIntyre.
2nd and 10 ball on the 28-yard line. Gets into Montgomery again.
Oh, damn.
And honestly, I forgot to mention this stat a lot earlier, actually. But funnily, these two teams would have been switched had not a trade gone through during the draft, where Mac actually had the Seahawks, and Larlar had the Lions, and Mac asked for them, basically paying for them, which allowed Larlar to get the Seahawks. So honestly, the teams could have been very different had that trade not gone through.
Very true. I'm glad that you brought that point up. And just like that, Larlar's last timeout has been spent. So now it's really up to Max Lions of how to use time management. Because now it's 4th and inches. If Larlar Seahawks can somehow stop this 4th and inches, then that's huge, right? So
let's see what you see a semblance of a game again.
Let's see what they do
here. If they're able to stop this, he's not able to stop it.
No, he was not able to stop it. Very, very close. Very close. And with this, looks like, if you're Max Lions, you kind of just want to just get out of here healthy, right? You don't want to do anything crazy.
Oh, wow.
Get some Montgomery.
They're immediately good.
Get some immediately stopped.
I guess I can't go that way. Okay.
Gets immediately stopped right there. 2nd and 13. Toss to Montgomery. What we saw with Gibbs, and he gets stopped.
He gets stopped.
Let him get some yards, dog.
And Max, I think that kind of answers our question of why we haven't seen Montgomery. That's why Montgomery's more that power back. You don't really see him kind of cutting corners as fast as Gibbs, you know?
Yeah, clearly needed Gibbs for the speed and that home run capability, which he showcased today in this game. As that Montgomery
Very true.
does not really have too much lines here.
Very true. But it is 30-14. Jared Goff is dropping back to pass, throws it to St. Brown. Now it's 4th and 5. 4th and 5 here, Max.
You don't see exactly how New Jersey Jokers respond here.
Get this thing out of here.
Punts it away to the end zone. Now, I know it's 1:29 left for Larlar Seahawks, but honestly, if you can kind of score here, you can kind of do that. You can get an onside kick, but it kind of depends on how fast you get it, right? And you also got to kind of convert the 2-point conversion. You'll still be down 2 scores, but Sam Darnold drops back to pass, throws it to Cooper Kupp, and he does get out of bounds in time. He does get out of bounds in time and does stop the clock. 2nd and 7, ball on the 23-yard line. Sam Darnold calling audibles. Charbonnet going in motion. Drops back to pass. Gets into the JSN. 3rd and inches. There's no timeouts here. So Seahawks got to kind of get their urgency up with Larlar's, New Jersey Jokers. 3rd and 10. Sam Darnold pass.
Trying to get it.
Into a wide open Cooper Kupp. Doesn't go all the way.
He's still up in it. Not tackled.
Trying to catch him. Good job by Larlar Seahawks to go out of bounds. 1st and goal here, Max. Interesting.
Big play by Cooper Kupp.
1st and goal. JSN going in motion. Kenneth Walker going in motion. Sam Darnold does back to pass.
Motion
Kenneth Walker, and it's a touchdown. Now, we're kind of expected here. We're kind of expected for the 2-point conversion, right? If he does convert it, he is still down 2 scores, sadly. Even with another 2-point conversion. He's down by 9.
Very, very rough to try to get.
And it's picked off by Campbell. That will kind of do it. That will kind of do it there.
That's what seals the deal.
But great effort by Larlar's New Jersey Jokers to at least come back to where it's an 11-point deficit rather than what it was around earlier, almost around 28 points earlier. So, got to give credit when it's due.
In the NFL, you can never really give In the NFL, you can never really give up until the score is 0-0.
Right, but also as expected, onside kick. Great bounce.
Oh, shit. What a...
Oh, my God.
Wow, what a catch.
Very risky.
I'm going to miss him. God damn.
And as we expect here, Max, we're expecting a knee from the Cotton Doggers here. We're probably expecting a knee. So, yes, we are. Victory formation as you see it here. And, Max, this was honestly almost an offsides by Ernest Jones.
GG's, man. GG's.
And Max, just like that, Max, Cotton Doggers, Lions, 42, and Larlar's New Jersey Jokers with the Seahawks, 31. Max, what's your thoughts with this game, man?
Obviously, the game Mac definitely wanted to win. Definitely a game Larlar did not want to lose. Because now, both Larlar and Mac are now both 3-2.
That's very true. Now both of them are 3-2. They are tied. That will end Larlar's winning streak of 3 in a row. And we'll put Mac, like you said, up to 3-2. But other than that, folks, we had a great game, which you see here. A lot of great offensive highlights and also some great defensive highlights too as well. As you see with the Seahawks with their throwback uniforms, but they could not get that done. So, like you said, Lions 42, Seahawks 31, and that's the game.